Thanks for staying with us. The Carolina Table, North Carolina Writers on Food is a collection of essays that was published in 2016. But this year, the title is part of GTCC's All College Read initiative.
And today, community members can hear from one of the book's contributors. She is speaking at GTCC's Jamestown campus at noon today.
And here she is joining us now, Dr. Dia Abdo. She wrote the essay on food and other weapons in the Carolina Table. She's also a professor of English and creative writing at Guilford College. So good morning and thanks for being with us. Can you first kind of explain the premise of your essay and the themes that it explores?
Of course, and thank you so much for having me. On Food and Other Weapons is really the representation of the experiences of some refugees and immigrants who now call Greensboro home, including my own and my family's experiences. I'm a second-generation Palestinian refugee and an immigrant to this country. The chapter contains the stories of some Syrian families and Afghan families who now live in Greensboro, with a focus on the ways in which preparing a meal brings us together and is a way to combat some of the loneliness and homesickness that refugees feel when they first arrive.
Dr. Abdo, will you be exploring some of these themes during your talk today?
Absolutely. Greensboro has long been a refugee resettlement hub. We welcome nearly 4% of all refugees who come to the United States, and there's a lot of stories to tell. My talk at GTCC will really take us through some of the experiences of folks who are now in Greensboro, but the ways in which they've come here seeking safety and security. So the lives they've lived in their home countries, how they crossed the border to escape conflict, their life in a refugee camp, their journey to the U.S., and now what their lives are like here in Greensboro.
And you've also written an entire book about the refugee experience, right?
I have. It's called American Refuge: True Stories of the Refugee Experience, which was recently selected for the North Carolina Reads program for 2024.
Okay. You also started an organization. Tell us about it. It's called Every Campus a Refuge.
Every Campus a Refuge is an initiative that we started at Guilford College in 2015 in response to what was happening to refugees on their way to seek safety and security. We knew that Greensboro will be welcoming refugees, has been welcoming refugees, and the initiative, which is now a nonprofit organization, really mobilizes colleges and universities to leverage their resources, both material and human resources, to support our newest Americans, our newest neighbors, by providing a softer landing and a stronger beginning. So at Guilford College, what that looks like is for the last 8 years, we've been hosting refugees on Guilford's campus and providing them with access to college facilities and amenities, and a cohort of dedicated volunteers who are our students and faculty and staff to really advance the welcome and inclusion of our newest Greensboro neighbors. This initiative has spread to other colleges and universities across the country, from East Coast to the West Coast.
And what is the biggest takeaway or impact that you hope your writing has on the people reading it?
To understand better the refugee experience, for many of us, when we think about refugee, we imagine a particular kind of person, and really this book is meant to represent the fullness and the richness of the life of someone who is seeking safety and security, the life before, the life during, and the life after, and to also showcase the enriching and beautiful things that refugees bring to our communities.
I'm sure people are refugees for many different reasons, as you well know, Doctor. If people were to want to get involved in the organization, how would they go about doing that?
Please reach out to me. You can find our information on our website, www.everycampusarefuge.net. If you'd like to volunteer with the effort here locally at Guilford College, you can reach us there as well.
All right, Dr. Abdo, thank you so much. And for any folks tuning in, today's talk featuring Dr. Abdo's at noon. It's being held in the Corey Hospitality Careers Auditorium. This is on the campus of GTCC in Jamestown, and you can learn more by visiting gtcc.edu.